Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciarra, and please do remember, if you don't like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we are back again with another pick a card, and this is one of the top voted ones that you guys wanted, which was, what do you need to know for the rest of 2020? What major thing do you need to keep in mind? Just kind of advice about maybe how the rest of your 2020 is going to go, or things to keep in mind, advice, all that. I don't know what is going to come up in these particular piles. Each one has some unique cards that are not going to be in other piles. I will also be reading reversals throughout all of these piles, so also keep that in mind. So with that said, let me go ahead and introduce you to the three piles that we have here today. So for pile one, we have this very adorable pin right here. It's so cute. I love it. The little kitchen witch. And for pile two, we have the very cute bun bun. The cute bun bun. And for pile three, we of course have this hangman mermaid. So of course you can choose based off the pin, you can choose based off the back of the cards that you see here in front of you. Again, do whatever it is that you need to connect to your intuition, your higher self, to select the pile or piles that are going to be the most resonant for you, because again, this is still a general reading, so not every card and not every message may resonate for you personally right now, or maybe come back to this in the future, maybe it'll resonate then. Just depends. So again, take it, apply it to your situation as you will. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these messages. For those of you who picked pile one here with this very cute kitchen witch pin, we're gonna go ahead and set her over there. And so we're gonna dive into your cards. And again, as I mentioned, I will be reading reversals in this particular reading for today. And I will also be, consulting the different booklets for different cards as well as that. So we're going to be doing it all today. So starting off with the tarot that we have here today, we have the Two of Swords in reverse, as well as the Ten of Wands in reverse. So initially looking at these, getting what I feel like you guys need to keep in mind for the rest of your 2020, I do get the sense of potentially indecision clearing out, but a warning of also, making sure that you're not taking on the responsibilities too much of somebody else, or maybe that's what you have been doing. And so becoming clear about what it is exactly that has been keeping you sort of stagnant and stuck in a certain situation is also what's coming through. Let's see here. So for the Ten of Wands in the reverse here, this is telling you that for the rest of 2020, you do have the opportunity to free yourself of burdens. And I see you becoming clear about that, because I feel like you're finally going to reach that point where you are making a decision. You know what your worth is supposed to be at. Maybe you've been, again, spreading yourself too thin, maybe allowing people to sort of kind of use you as a dumping ground for all of their issues and their problems, and kind of coming to a point where you're establishing better boundaries by the end of 2020 is what I'm getting. This is talking also about, collapsing under the strain, a conscious change of attitude and behavior, a more balanced and rewarding time awaits you. So I feel like that's kind of everything's going to accumulate like that. It's like finally the burdens and stuff, you're going to realize just how much it has been pressing down on you, weighing you down, keeping you stuck in a certain situation. And by recognizing that, you're able to then create and also correct your attitude and your perception about these things, and become, again, I feel like the need for setting boundaries is so important for you guys, so that you can achieve and really set yourself up for a more balanced 2021 as well. So let's also go ahead and review that Two of Swords in the reverse as well. Conflict may be required. Yeah, again, there might be a little bit of conflict. So I get the sense here of like, maybe this has been the case for a very long time with a specific person or a situation where it's like, oh yeah, you always take it. You'll always do it for me. Like that kind of opinion where it's like, oh yeah, I can just use this person, aka you, as my dumping ground, and they'll always be there to support me when I need it. But when they need it, it's like, oh well, no. I don't have the time for you kind of situation. But I feel like you're going to come in conflict with that person and become very clear, like, no, you can't do this to me anymore because I know my worth. But acting on impulse should be avoided. That goes back into, clearly understanding and really thinking about how to change your behavior and really being very observant and aware of the choices you're making and how you are reacting and how you are communicating. You may feel torn in two, but the tension might soon be resolved. A sense of lies and deceit, but the truth will be out soon. An inclination to disturb what you feel is an artificial truce. Exactly. It's like, I just feel like there's a big sense of awareness coming here for you guys. This is what you need to be aware of. There's something that is weighing too heavily on you, and you need to release that burden as you move into 2021. And it's going to require a little bit of discomfort in the sense of like, yeah, you're going to have to maybe come in conflict with this person or this situation, or even with yourself to be like, hey, you know what? I can't be treating myself like this anymore either. So we also have here for you guys, we have the full moon in Scorpio with it's time to release negativity. Are you kidding me? Exactly. This is the theme for the rest of your 2020 here is you need to release the negativity that has been holding you down for way too long. And that includes, again, your own thinking and your own perception of things. Don't be telling yourself negative crap or thinking that you can't do something when you can. Things have definitely this has been a very tough and rough year, but we can all get out of it, especially by, setting those positive intentions for ourselves. I just saw 444, so that might be also significant for everybody. And that also reminds me, I do want to go ahead and roll numbers for everybody as well. So we'll do that at the end. So diving into this particular card in particular, it's saying, if you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. Exactly. This card heralds an emotionally intense time since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all of your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card, so be aware. I definitely feel like you're going to come into some sort of conflict at some point. You're being forewarned, so just be prepared and be very wise and considerate about how you communicate and how you react to the conflict, okay? When you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now. If you make an effort, use your magic. You have all you need inside you to bring about your desired results. Exactly. So to attune to this for you guys, emote. It's all better out than in. So yes, don't bottle up your emotions because they're going to end up exploding at any point. You don't want that. Again, you don't want any rash or impulsive kind of like attacks here. You want to make sure that you're slowly, bringing it out in a healthy way. So it's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. You're right to have your suspicions. Grudges are toxic. Let something go. The end of an argument here. So that's really, really good for you guys. I definitely feel like that. So getting into your special, specific, unique cards for your guys' piles here. First and foremost, we have the card here, and it makes a lot of sense why this is coming out. We have the woman holding a coin here in the reverse. So I definitely feel like for some of you, maybe this situation has to do with literally, obviously somebody who is taking too much from you. I think we've already established that. But like literally monetarily, maybe they're not giving you money. Maybe they're taking money from you. Maybe they're taking creative ideas from you. And it's like, enough's enough. The bus stops here between you and, again, this negative situation or this negative person. This could also reflect you maybe overspending, hoarding, it could be any kind of combination of things here, but let's go ahead and get more specific with it. This is card 42 for you guys. And so, generally this is talking about a female connection in money, health, or value. So maybe you're not valuing yourself enough. You're not paying attention to your health. Again, you need to remove all toxicity. That includes people, emotions, thoughts, and things that you are consuming in your body and in your environment. So In the reverse here, this could indicate that you're feeling unsure or fearful about finances or some health issue. It could also reveal a lack of value for yourself and your own life. Pointing to someone else, when this card comes in reverse, it shows a woman who may be reducing your own money or simply may not have your best interests in mind regarding your financial affairs. It could also be someone who devalues or criticizes you or causes you to doubt your own value. It could even be that the harmful energies of a woman from the past are still influencing you today. Be aware that you don't have to let anyone else's negative vibration influence you at any time. Release any toxic connection and know that you are free to define and value yourself no matter what. So, especially if you yourself identify as, female or feminine energy here, you need to definitely be questioning yourself if you are the negative feminine connection and influence on yourself. So that's a little thing there as well. So next step, for kind of like a spirit guide to come through to give you advice, we have, hopefully I do not butcher this, Parvati with the goddess of devotion. So I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. So clearly you guys need to commit yourself to loving yourself a little bit more. And that, again, that's part of setting proper boundaries with people and knowing your own personal worth, especially coming up here for the rest of 2020. Because again, we want to know and understand what to expect for the rest of this year so that we can kind of set ourselves up for success for the following months to come and for the following year to come, of course. So let's go ahead and find her and read her the message here for you guys. So when she's coming up here in your reading, this is talking about what is soft, gentle, and nurturing, like water, can be far more powerful than what is inflexible and fierce. The energy of this mountain goddess is about the strength we can give and receive when we devote ourselves to the healthy bonds of love. Parvati is about the divine feminine potency of being a calm, benevolent presence, especially when something seems to threaten a deeply meaningful relationship. I also want to call this out right here, since we have so much of like feminine energy popping up here. For a lot of you, you might need to balance out your feminine self and your feminine, divine feminine aspects in particular. You might want to work specifically with Parvati in this aspect. Regardless if you're male or female, this is something you need to work on. So transformation with this goddess calls for a softening. When a situation is hard, even painful, Parvati is suggesting that you allow your fists to unfold. Open and release what is clenched in fear or stress. Remember that your love is a mountain that cannot be moved, and that this bond between you is holy. No human hands or words can ever break it. The answer for what's next or highest for you can be found through the subtler act of simply abiding, not reacting, not running, not hiding. A deep reserve of power can surge up from within us when we choose to remain present, letting devotion inhabit us in moments when our ego has typically fled, infuses us with the capacity to transform all of our relationships. Devotion is not attachment. It's letting go of the illusion that you and this lover, this friend, this child or family member, this soul within you can ever really be separated from you. Devotion brings us home to the point and purpose of every relationship, love, a love that can never leave and that, like a mountain, can never move, a love that evolves the soul. So the sort of soul voice meditation here is to ask yourself, what am I most devoted to in this moment? So what are you devoted to in this moment and for the rest of your 2020? So the intention here for you guys is, I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Exactly. So moving right along here, your final card here is higher ground. Obviously, this makes a lot of sense. You need to kind of raise yourself up. You need to definitely raise up your vibration so that you can see what's happening around you from a much higher perspective. Because that's going to help you to really figure out where you need to, set your focus, set your devotion, set what it is you're committing to, and again, setting those boundaries. I definitely feel like that is a very, very important aspect for you guys. So with this higher ground card, move your thoughts, emotions, and outlook to a new perspective. Take an overview of what is going on. Just through shifting your perception, you will see the whole situation in a clearer light. A different course may become apparent. You will be able to focus on what is most important to you. Make a conscious effort to get above the situation. If there is nothing pressing in your life at the moment, consider something that may be unresolved from the past. Use the same idea of climbing above it with the intention of healing it. Once you achieve the higher ground perspective, you may find yourself filled with peace, a beautiful outcome. So we have a lot of this. Obviously with this card, I was talking, she's a mountain goddess, and this is talking about raising higher ground. Maybe some of you need to even travel to the mountains to kind of disconnect. And that's actually what traditionally here we have for the 10 of Wands is like moving up a mountain or moving down a mountain. So that mountain energy is very significant for you guys. And again, it's about staying grounded, but also reaching higher to see the whole landscape. So finally, let's go ahead and roll you a number here. So this might, relate to some numerology. It could relate to a time period that's significant for you guys, but let's see what we got for you. Woo! So it looks like we have 19. So, or 10 or 1, mattering on how you break it down. So some of you might be, a life path 1. Something might be occurring here in 19 days, 19 weeks. It could also be, again, the 10th day in the month, the 10th month in a year, 19 hours, 10 hours, 1 week, 1 year, 1 month. Again, break it down however you will. However, 19 is significant for you. Consider that. Maybe there was something that significantly happened when you were 19. Again, apply it to your situation how you will. So that is everything that I'm seeing here for this particular reading. So if this resonated, please do drop a like, comment down below. Please do consider coming and joining my Patreon fam because there is definitely more exclusive content, readings, artwork, all that fun stuff is happening over there. So if you guys want to become a part of that, that link is also down there, as well as all my other social media and personal reading information. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 2 here with the adorable Bun Bun here, we're going to go ahead and dive into your cards and try to find out what it is that you need to know for the rest of your 2020, what is happening for the rest of the year for you, energy-wise, whatnot. And again, I want to remind you that I am going to be reading reversals here. I will also be consulting the different booklets as well for additional information and messages. We're doing all of that today. So starting off with your tarot here, you guys got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So I highly feel that for you guys with this card coming out in this manner, you really need to, the way that this came into my head, I'm just going to say it the way it came into my head. You really need to get your ass moving is what came through. Like, because typically the Ace of Wands, when it's upright, it's all about this new exciting energy. And I definitely feel like you guys have this chance to start something new. Even though we're getting close to the end of the year here, it's like, I mean, that could be related to the new year as well, but it's like you have this glorious moment here to really take charge, to be a leader, to really grab everything and become so balanced. But the issue is that you have to put in the effort to do it. Because the energy here of the Ace of Wands when it's upright is just do it. Just do the thing. So I get the sense of you hesitating, stagnating, resisting the change, or again, this beginning or taking charge, especially since we have the stag featured there. We have the sun really blazing here, but we also have the moon present as well. So it's, again, understanding your masculine and your feminine, but it's definitely a higher emphasis here on embracing those masculine aspects, and again, charging forward, being the stag, and being your own leader and boss. So going into the more specific meanings of this card, in its reverse state. You may be feeling blocked or lacking in energy. You may be frustrated by the feeling that creative fire is eluding you. You might be aware of a sense of barrenness rather than potential, but this will pass. Exactly. So some of you who are especially very creative, because again, we're talking about the wands here. The wands have everything to do with like the sacral chakra, spirituality, sexuality, creativity, again, drive, goals, all this are kind of built into the wand suit as it is, passion as well. So again, you might feel feeling like you're lacking in all of that area. So especially on the creativity here, you might be having a very much a creative block for the rest of 2020. But again, it's all in your power to change it by, again, just taking action. Don't be so worried about if what you're creating or what it is that you're going after is going to amount to really anything. The important part here is getting the energy moving, regardless of what the outcome of that energy is, if it's good or if it's bad. It really doesn't matter. The point is getting the energy moving again, because you do not want to stay in a blocked or lack mindset, especially moving into a new year for you guys is what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and see what else we got here for you. Oh, wow, you guys. Oh, wow. I can't believe what you guys got. You got 2 moon cards. So the first one is, nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. Exactly. What it is that you're doing right now, which definitely doesn't feel like you're doing much, nothing's going to come of it if you don't, again, get the energy moving. And especially, I mean, here's the answer to why nothing will come of the situation, because you guys are not stepping out of your comfort zone, because you guys got the North Node here. So highly encourage you guys to research and understand and look at your natal chart to where your North Node is. This is a placement that has everything to do with what it is you're supposed to be working at in this lifetime. It's kind of your destiny in this lifetime, while your South Node is everything that is comfortable, everything that is safe, everything you already know and from previous lives. So when you're looking and you're learning about your North Node, and again, my twin has mentioned this book, and I always forget the name of the book, but the point of what the book teaches you to do, and it has a bunch of information about this, but when you look at your North Node, you want to look at what sign it's in, and then you want to look at the ruling houses, the sign that rules the house that the North Node is in. So for example, say your North Node is in Pisces in the 5th house. You want to read information about what it means to have your North Node in Pisces, as well as what it means to have your North Node in Leo, because Leo is the ruling sign to the 5th house. To explain that, and I just saw 444 again. So yes. Obviously, you guys got to step a little bit out of your comfort zone and try some stuff that you've never done before. And again, don't be so worried about what the outcome of these things are going to be, because I feel like there might be a little bit of worry about that. And again, understand that you guys do have the capability to be a really great leader. So diving into the nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon, it is saying, in a form of astrology known as horary, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded, a void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or this situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news, depending on what you're asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there was nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so you get a different outcome. Exactly. You still have the ability to change outcomes because we all have free will. So regardless of what the cards say, regardless of what, the stars may say, whatever the lines in your palm might say, you have the total capability to change literally the lines of your hand, what the energy of the card is picking up. You have that ability. Believe in it. So anyway, remember, this card can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with both your behavior and your beliefs. That's literally what I just said before I even read it. So how to attune to this is, I trust in my highest good. That's what you guys need to be telling yourself. So additional things about this, the chances of something are diminishing. Something better may be around the corner. Believe that you will get what you need. Surrender to the divine. Take time out, meditate, and contemplate. All very good advice for you guys to focus on for the rest of 2020. Again, don't be worrying so much about it. I'm also getting sent stuff. And again, try to step out of your comfort zone. Focus on that a little bit more. Because again, that's going to bring new energy, new ideas. It's going to, challenge you. And it'll make things more exciting again. Because again, you're getting the energy moving. So, North Node. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going. Holy shit, isn't that exactly the first thing I said to you guys? Get going towards doing the thing that scares you within reason. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you were asking about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. So are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? So to attune to this, I know I'm headed in the right direction. Also, you're headed for something which feels like destiny. You need to face a fear and get over it. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. Exactly. So, moving into your unique cards for your particular pile. Starting off here, we have reflection, and we have that moon present again. So again, I just said again twice. Obviously, there's a need here to balance the masculine and feminine aspects within yourself. So let's dive a little bit deeper into this particular card, because this is a brand new deck. I've never used it before, so I'm very curious to see what it has to say. But obviously with reflection, it's about, considering and looking at yourself and your situation and, asking yourself, or maybe are you staying too much in your comfort zone? What needs to change? What would make you feel more excited? What do you feel is your life's purpose here? So, a full moon shines brightly over a quiet lake as a small ship glides gently through the water. The glow of the ship's lantern is reflected on the lake's surface along with the moonlight from above. This card can sometimes show a trip, particularly a trip over or by water. More important, it can reveal that you now have a direct line to your psychic gifts. You are also more aware of your emotions and more reflective about them. You recognize the differences between your intuitive voice, which is calm and assured, and your lower emotional compulsions, which are urgent and sometimes fear-based. Let yourself gain even greater clarity and control over your emotions now. This also would be a great time for you to take a class in meditation, psychic development, counseling, healing, and other psychological and spiritual arts, if you have such an interest. Your yin side is wide open and your receptivity is high. Trust your inner voice and you'll be guided to greatness. So again, there's a lot here that you guys need to focus on, trusting your intuition, nurturing your psychic abilities a little bit more. And again, take a class in something that you don't know a lot about or that you need to strengthen skill-wise so that you're pushed into, again, you are literally, when you take a class or you join a classroom situation, typically you are going to be pushed a little bit outside of your comfort zone because you're being fed new information and challenged to do something with that information. So again, that might be very beneficial for you guys to try to do before the end of this year, and again, to continue on into 2021. So moving into the messages from sort of spirit guides here to help you for the rest of your 2020, and it's really interesting what we got. We got Shapeshifter here with transform and unveil your gifts. So I definitely feel like you guys have some amazing abilities and, really great potential, but you're not unveiling it. You're not showing it. And on top of that, we also got the Earth Guardian here with stay rooted and grounded. So you guys need to kind of focus on the here and now and in the present. Don't be so focused on the past or the future. And be really, again, grounded in the here and now, because I feel like that's going to really take you a lot farther than you realize. So diving a little bit more into each one of these cards, we're going to see what they have to say. So with the Shapeshifter, it's talking about take your time and focus on developing your gifts and strengths. Exactly. Don't be rushing so much ahead to the finish line. Enjoy the journey and really cultivate those skills. So you may have been through many challenges and lows, but now you're in a space for transformation. You're moving beyond your past challenges and honing your current strengths. There are opportunities for you to discover and rediscover the gifts and talents that you were born with and born to share. All of your past experiences have only helped you to see how strong you really are. You are an amazing soul who can change and transform in ways that people least expect. You have many talents that you will share in your lifetime. You are guided to stay focused on the light, knowing that it will guide you forward. When this card arrives, there's also an opportunity for you to tap into the power of your spirit animal. Note if you are seeing a particular animal regularly, because its medicine is coming to you. So, Unpresident, because it's saying that, I really feel called to pull a card, an additional card for you guys from one of my many animal spirit decks here. So, and again, you know, if you are seeing a particular animal, obviously consider that animal as part of what you need to be working on medicine wise, but let's see if we can get something more specific. All right, so I'm going to pull you guys a card from the Animal Kin Oracle here. There's a lot of different cards in here. Let's see what we get for the animal spirit that you may need to work with. Additionally, oh, wow. Oh, so you guys got two who came out. Let's go ahead and talk about these. So, we have Jaguar with intention, and we have Moth with awareness. Exactly. You know, that's all part of this reflective state. And again, setting those positive intentions that you need to really achieve what it is you want. So, let's see. We have card 48, and we have card 57. So card 48. So with intention, which is the air element here coming through for you guys, it is saying to communicate exactly what it is and visualize the detail whilst moving into action. Exactly. Whilst moving into action. That's what you guys need to do. The jaguar sits at the top of the food chain with virtually no predators, as it is the third largest feline in the world after tigers and lions. The largely solitary jaguar spends its days wandering opportunistically through thick forest undergrowth until it comes across prey to slowly stalk, waiting until just the right moment to attack. Through this behavior, we are reminded to set clear intentions and to move forward with certainty, even though our intention may not have yet manifested. Having trust and faith in the universe. Jaguars have clearly defined territories and usually respect the boundaries of neighboring felines. They have extraordinary hearing and have the ability to move silently through the forest while stalking their prey. The jaguar has a particular fondness for waterways, and it's funny because we were talking about traveling over water or by water, which allows them to seek prey easily in clearings around creeks, rivers, and waterholes, catching their prey off guard. They are a stalk and ambush predator with an exceptionally powerful bite. They have the ability to directly bite down into the skull, break the spine, or suffocate their prey. A teacher of being straight to the point to alleviate confusion, pain, or suffering. This majestic big cat sends us the message to envision the desired outcome, practice patience, and calculate risk when reaching for our target. Jaguars remind us of the importance of listening to the urges in your body, to go for it, to leap forward into your power, and to achieve your outcome with maximum impact and minimal effort. Damn. And then we have the moth here, which is 57. Which is spirit, and is lessen the distractions to lead you to a higher state of consciousness. Closely related to the butterfly, the moth starts its life as larva, then becomes a caterpillar before undergoing the epic transformation into a moth as their final stage of life. If the butterfly is a toddler, then the moth is a great-grandmother, wise, worldly, gentle, and peaceful. They lovingly guide us through our transitions with steadfast confidence and eyes wide open awareness. I'm totally getting like chills and stuff reading both of these. As a master of disguise, the moth uses colors and patterns on its wings to confuse, distract, and warn off predators. Interestingly enough, adult moths don't eat, which makes them the perfect role models for choosing not to consume and instead to simply absorb and enjoy the things in life that are free to all. This allows us to reach a truly heightened state of being. Moths also use a technique of celestial navigation to help position themselves in a straight path during flight. In this higher state of awareness, they show us the art of trusting and knowing that theirs is a force at play much bigger and stronger than ourselves, and to see that no matter which path we take, it will be the one that the universe has assigned to us. Moths are naturally drawn to the light, showing us that in choosing the path towards the light, we are saying yes to taking the high road. In turn, we can shed our energy blocks so that we may let more light into our lives. So damn. You guys are getting all the additional messages here. So those might be, again, important messages for some of you who especially resonate to these particular animals, or again, consider what animals you're seeing constantly. Now, moving on to the Earth Guardian. Let's go ahead and see its message for you. So, take time to connect deeply with the energy of the Earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. So, it's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you're rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you will miss out on the growth you deserve. Take some time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Breathe, relax, and connect with your center. Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turn into a weed you have to deal with. Exactly. So that is pretty wild. So, and what's even more wild, again, I'm using vastly different decks. I use unique decks for each pile here. And your last card, Time to Ground. Are you kidding me right now? And look, we even have additional other animals to consider, the quail, as well as the turtle, the sea turtle in particular. So that might also be significant for some of you. So with this Time to Ground card, obviously it's going to greatly resonate and reiterate the message here from the Earth Guardian. You literally have that coming out twice for you guys. So we all experience moments in our lives when we feel confused, unfocused, and surrounded by chaos and turmoil. Hello, 2020. These moments are often unavoidable, as are the lessons these moments can impart. But how you respond to them is a choice only you can make. Take a deep breath and a moment to pause and connect with Gaia and nature. Seek the silence of the void within, whilst your spirit spirals downward to anchor itself like an ancient tree root in the cleansing embrace of the earth beneath you. Wow, guys, you got so many interesting messages here. So finally, I'm doing this for each pile where I'm going to roll you guys a number. Again, this might relate to numerology, your personal numerology. Others could relate to time periods. Just, again, apply it to your personal situation how you will. And you guys got 4. So maybe you guys are life path 4, and I kept seeing 444 throughout this video. Or again, this is talking about maybe 4 months, 4 weeks, the 4th month of the year, 4 hours, anything like that, the 4th day of a month. So again, apply it to your situation how you will, but whatever the significance of 4 is. So yes, that is everything I'm seeing here. Maybe also, I'm just going to throw this out here because this came to my mind. Check out what's happening in your 4th house in your natal chart here. Maybe your North Node is in the 4th house. So yes, anyway, that is everything I'm seeing here for this pile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you would like to go ahead and leave a comment telling me what you thought about this, or again, feel free to check out all the various links down below. If you would like to come and join my Patreon fam, we have more exclusive videos, personal readings, artwork, all that fun stuff happening over there if you guys are interested in that. Or again, there's all other kinds of links to other free social medias, as well as, of course, information about personal readings. So thank you all so much. And I'll see you next one. For those of you who picked the 3rd and final pile here with this very cool mermaid charm here. we're going to go ahead and dive into your reading and see what it is you need to know for the rest of 2020. And again, I'm going to be reading reversals here. I'm going to be consulting the different booklets as well for additional information. I will also be pulling or rolling a number for you guys at the end of the reading. So with that said, let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards. And you guys actually got 3. So first and foremost, we got the Fool upright here. So brand new beginnings for you guys. But we also have, I believe this is Temperance in the reverse. We also have Rebirth, which I want to say is kind of like the Death card, also in the reverse. Or actually, this might be Judgment. We'll find out when we look at it. But I'm definitely getting the sense here that, like, for the rest of 2020, you guys really need to be approaching and trusting in your instincts and really going forward and just taking the leap of faith that you need to. But again, don't be too reckless. But it's like there's a brand new beginning. There's new projects that are going to be available to you. I definitely feel a significance in the shift in seasons for you guys. I don't know if any of you maybe suffer from like seasonal depression or something like that, but that for some reason came through. I get the sense of really needing to understand how to balance yourself better. There's certain aspects that you need to balance in order to really achieve the best outcomes for you. Very, very interesting. So it's funny because you guys, this has been a very, very important year for you guys because you got nothing but major arcanas here. So this is like been a biggie of a year for you guys, and there's just a lot happening, but it's all for the purpose of really setting you on a path that is more resonant to what your purpose is supposed to be with the Fool energy. Again, thinking outside the box, thinking more eccentrically, creatively, utilizing the tools around you in a new and unique way. So again, learning how to do that is very important. So with the Fool, you know, it's all about trust in your inner knowing. Life is an adventure, a journey of discovery to be enjoyed. So innocence, freedom, potential, trust, play, openness, courage, and optimism are the key words here. A journey of discovery, youthful optimism, a new beginning, confidence, faith, and courage as you face a new project or phase. Taking a risk and trying something new or unconventional. You can be serious about life, but enjoy it too. To gain wisdom, combine openness and optimism with an awareness for your innate divinity, trusting in the ultimate goodness of life. So again, you guys, especially with how 2020 has been, yeah, believing in the goodness of life could probably be pretty difficult after experiencing everything that we have in 2020. But it's like, it's so important that you still keep with that optimism because, again, it's going to set you up for your personal journey, especially moving into the next following years for something much better. So let's go ahead and talk about the Temperance card that we have here. And yes, this is Judgment. So with her in the reverse here for you guys, you know, typically the message with this is allow inner and outer, masculine and feminine to blend within you to give birth to your creative self. So yes, like there is some sort of creative aspect of yourself that's trying to come through, I feel like, but there's a lot of resistance happening because something is very out of balance. Either it's your masculine aspect or it's your feminine aspect. Maybe you're not being receptive enough or you're not taking action enough. We'll find out. So the key words here in the reverse state is going to extremes, wildness, imbalance, fragmentation, and quarrels. So again, maybe a little bit of this Fool energy is maybe getting a little bit too crazy, getting too dominant, being a little bit too wild. And again, you need to temper that with some groundedness, some analytical, logical sort of thinking, and not too much of the sort of like wild emotional out there. But anyway, you may be involved in arguments or feel restless and frustrated. Extremes of behavior. Now is not the time to make decisions, but rather to seek harmony and better communication. Creative projects may be impeded as a result of you not being in tune. So more work is needed to prepare the ground for inspiration and manifestation. So again, you need to put a little bit more groundwork into what it is you're trying to go after. There's a warning here of maybe be aware for the rest of, and I just saw 444 again. Every single pile, I've seen that. Anyway, that there might be some arguments that are going to happen for the rest of 2020, or again, there might be, I feel like maybe even people around you who might be showing extremes of behavior, and like how you react and how you balance that is going to be really, really important. You want to be the person to try to bring the harmony to the situation, and again, work on that better communication. Lastly, let's talk about the Judgment card that we have here, which is Rebirth. The message is, you hear the call and awaken to the new light of day. You have entered the darkness and drunk of the cup of silence. You have chosen life and emerge reborn, which is, again, circling right back into the Fool energy here. So, but in its reverse state for you guys, denial of an inner call, stagnation, procrastination, fear of change. And I feel like that is blocking you from really, again, coming to this point where you can embrace all these qualities of the Fool in its positive. I don't know why the screen got so pink for a second, but you may be aware that you need to make changes, but you don't know how. Or you may fear the consequences. A period of stagnation. Hesitating to commit yourself to a change may lead you to feel as if something is somehow dying within you. Action, therefore, should probably be taken soon. Exactly, and that's what the Fool is about. The Fool just goes forward. I feel like this is definitely like the advice for you to help you with both of these situations is just go with the Fool energy. Just take the action and just go. Don't be so worried about, again, oh, how am I supposed to make this change? The change will just happen as you're moving. Just pick a direction and go. I mean, the Fool doesn't know where he's going, but he just trusts in himself and his intentions and in his intuition that it's going to lead him in the right way. And really, he doesn't care where he ends up, as long as he's having fun doing it. That's how the Fool is. And that's why he enjoys life to the fullest. Maybe he's a little bit naive. Maybe he gets himself into some pickles sometimes, sure. But at least he's kind of the energy of, rather have said I've done it and lived it, they'd regretted it and wondered, what that would have been like. I know I messed up that saying. I know there's a better way of saying it, but that's like the energy here that I'm getting. So moving on into your moon cards here. You guys got 2 moon cards. So we have a personal issue reaches resolution. So it's a good sign for you guys with the full moon in Cancer. You will find a resolution here. And we have a time to give rather than to take with the new moon in Virgo. So obviously, reaching out and being a little bit more charitable will somehow pay off very well for you guys. Because again, it feels like maybe you're not so much focusing on your own issues, but like looking for guidance from people outside of yourself is what I'm getting. But with the full moon in Cancer, it's saying things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time, so maybe that's what you guys need to work on, is the feminine energy. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests both that a domestic matter or a private issue will soon come to a head, and that is a great time to move house. So the answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. So to attune to this, it may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. And especially, have you had enough family time lately? So then we, of course, have the new moon in Virgo, which is, when this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you and where do you want to go? The new moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests you make that restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it. So if you've been unwell, this card suggests that your health is on the up. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies. So add these into your routines now, however you've been feeling. If a situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're overanalyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less what someone else can do for you and to think more about what you can do for others. So, to attune to this, recommit to healthy morning and evening routines. Gradual improvements are coming. Pay attention to detail if you want success without being pedantic. Be of service to others, and love and money will follow. The person you're asking about is reliable. So, especially if you've been asking or wondering about a specific person, they are reliable. You just need to, again, better communicate. So we also have here for you guys, we have teacher, and we have the sacred temple in the reverse. So we're going to go ahead and dive into both of these cards here. I definitely feel like, there could definitely be a teacher. Oh my God, that is so crazy. I literally opened directly up to teacher, but a special person who might be coming in to really help and guide you, or again, you might be the person to do that for somebody else. And I feel like through that exchange of ideas and help, it's really going to help to show you what it is that's unbalanced. So with this, it's talking about a guide, of course. A man stands in front of a desk with a woman at his side, smiling and looking into a book. This light of spirit pours out of the book and encircles them. The positive influence of someone who will guide you in personal or academic directions is entering your life. This may be of assistance in a very thoughtful or spiritual way. Whether you're looking into a new spiritual practice or searching for deeper psychological understanding, now is the time to learn. If you're thinking about going to school, be proactive about moving forward with the decision. Teachers are bound in life, including in forms you might not expect, such as a book or online course. You may, in fact, be teaching some classes yourself, perhaps in small groups or in an academic setting. So get ready. Open your heart and remember that Spirit brings guidance as well. Be willing to receive the direction you need and to share the wisdom you have. And then, of course, we have that temple, the sacred temple in the reverse, which is card 5. So, in the reverse, it's saying, the sacred temple reverse reveals a major question remaining unanswered for you. There is an important issue that is frustrating you, or a life decision that you can't seem to make. You may already be in the throes of this perplexing situation, or the chaos of uncertainty is coming your way. You are being pulled in many directions and want a sense of certainty before you take a stand. You may even be seeing dark corners all around you, questioning your options, and feeling afraid to go in any direction. If this is the case in any area of your life, this card is telling you to calm down and take a breath. Reclaim your peace and your power by moving into your heart center and opening up to the unlimited guidance in your own sacred temple. Spend some time connecting with the eternal, goddamn, how many times am I going to say that? Identity that is your soul. When you do, the clouds of confusion will simply lift away and you will be able to act with clarity. Again, this is all about this personal issue coming to resolution. So I feel like for some of you, maybe this is a question of, should you go back to school, or should you follow this career path, or should you go off and volunteer in some crazy manner or whatever. It's like this indecision and this frustration is making you very, very imbalanced. I feel like the key here is just, if you feel called to do it, then just go and do it and try it, because it's gonna help you in the long run. So for your spirit guide coming through to give you guidance, we have Kalima, which is facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Exactly. You guys can soar and take that leap, and it will take you so far. A lot of people sometimes misunderstand Kali and think that she's super scary, which, I mean, yeah, she can be scary. But she's scary to the negative bullshit, the demons and crap like that. She is very, very loving energy as well. She has a lot of motherly energy about her. She's a very good one, a spirit guide to come through for you guys, to help really give you a swift kick in the butt, to help push you in the direction you need, and to cut ties with negative bullshit. She's very much similar kind of energy to like Archangel Michael in this way. So, talking about her, this is a time when you're able to look fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditioned that it may be used to operating with fear present. When the fear is gone, it may feel as though an emptiness is there, but this is space for love and miracles to enter. You are being filled with the courage of spirit now, so that you can move from this phase of your life to the next. Trust the process and call on Kali to help you release your fear and to step into a space that's strong, focused, and courageous. Again, be courageous, be focused as well. You know, she's all about bringing old cycles to an end so that we can experience transformation. I definitely feel like you guys are going for that. You know, she is very strong, fierce, and fiery, powerful image of the divine feminine. Exactly. You need to claim that divine feminine energy within you, regardless of your gender. So, finally, your last card here, we have Reaching for Sunset in the reverse. So, with this card in the reverse, this is card 12. What she has to say for you guys is let it go. You've been clinging too hard to someone or something, but let me restart over. You have been clinging too hard to someone or something, but what you once had is gone. All that is left is a shadow that cannot and should not last. Let it go gracefully. This loss is inevitable, and until you accept it, you cannot move on to life's next great adventure. The Fool energy here, completely. This very much reminds me of like the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is all about an ending, the sun setting, but it's also the sun rising again to a new beginning for you guys. So embrace that. Release the old, face the fears, and move forward, and just take that leap. So finally, we're going to go ahead and roll you a number. Again, this might be related to numerology, personal numerology. It might be a time period. So we're going to see what we have for you guys. Oh, you guys got, well, it rolled onto the moon here, which technically I would probably say this is supposed to be like 20. So we'll just say that. I feel like it's kind of like a mystery. Because again, right now, it's like there's a veil around things. You need to follow your own intuition and move forward, but we can also consider this as 20 because this is a D20 dice. So again, the number 2 might be significant for you guys. 2 months, 2 weeks, the second day in a month or the 20th day in a month might all be significant. Again, 2 might be your life path number. Apply it how you will. Or again, just understand that, you know, I feel like the feminine aspect with the moon is coming through especially hard for you guys to embrace this kind of energy for you. So yes, that is everything that I'm seeing here for this reading. So if this resonated, please do drop a like, comment down below. If you guys would like to come enjoy the Patreon fam, there's more exclusive readings, artwork, tarot content, personal reading information, or I should say personal reading options available through my Patreon. But of course, if you like to go check out my other social medias like Twitter, Instagram, all that, you can find links to that down in the description, as well as information about personal readings. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.